This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
The three witches were doing their work by giving their prophecy to Macbeth and Banquo and, hence, are not responsible for the murder of King Duncan and Banquo's family. In this play, Shakespeare stipulates that it was Macbeth's choice that caused the death of Duncan the king. It was the obligation of the witches to prophesy, but they didn't make things happen. The play clearly outlines that there is only one responsible person for the death of King Duncan, and this is Macbeth. Although many people argue that the three witches or Lady Macbeth played a part in influencing Macbeth to kill Duncan, this should not be true. The witches only told their prophecy of Macbeth's possibility of becoming a king, but they didn't suggest murder. Macbeth reached the murder decision only because of his power hunger, for he wanted to climb and rise to the throne. Despite the fact that the witches had motivated Macbeth to be ambitious, they had nothing to do with his decision-making. For example, Banquo was given good news by the witches about the likelihood of his children becoming kings, and yet he did not rush to murder as it's in Macbeth's case. So if the witches had supernatural powers, then Banquo too would have preferred murder to all those who seemed to be a block to his children's achievements. It's also believed that Lady Macbeth should be blamed for Macbeth's actions. She openly questions Macbeth's courage and abuses him for not being man enough while making decisions. She tells her that he should not fear to act. She suggests murder, and eventually, Macbeth is the one to bear the responsibility of executing the king. After the murder of Duncan, the relationship between Macbeth and his wife weakens, and he no longer trusts her in his ambition. In this play, one of the characters that appears as a tragic hero is Macbeth. She has to bear the responsibility for his actions at any time. He realized this later when he engaged in a fight with Macduff, knowing that he would emerge a loser. It's seen throughout the play that Macbeth has the power to make free options and choices, and no one can force him to do anything, and he makes his final decisions. As we focus on the issue of the king's death overtly, it seems to be a very complex and sophisticated matter to declare who was responsible for his death. In the first point, one would think that Lady Macbeth, in collaboration with the other witches, was solely accountable and responsible for the death of the king. This is true to some extent in Macbeth's comments in Section 3 of Part 1 when she appraises supernatural power as having the power to unfix his hair. Furthermore, the last part depicts that Macbeth has a hidden illicit agenda whereby he prays that there would be no light that would shine and let others have sight of his black and deep cravings. Thus, it appears that the killing of the king is partially linked to the acts of the witches, that is, through the act of using supernatural powers dissipated through witches' prophecies, for they were human beings with the same kind of feeling as the king. In brief, the idea of the king's murder through witches is far more complex when looked into from the religious perspective or the act of free will and fate. Did you like this Are the Witches Responsible for Duncan's Death sample? To get more works like this one, make sure to check out the free database of academic paper examples at ivypanda.com. You will find thousands of samples for all your study needs, without even having to register.